Come explore the magic of Disney, the adventures of Universal Studios, and cruise the high seas. This is Explore the Mouse.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
And here are your hosts, Eric and Casey.
Sometimes hello.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Explore the Mouse podcast. Happy Tuesday. And it is D23 week for all you Disney fans. And D23 is back for 2022 out in Anaheim, California. And it starts this week. It is a 3-day star-studded event, September 9th, 10th, and 11th over in Anaheim. And this year is going to be chock full of so much. And the one thing about D23 is that you never know really what information is going to come out of it. They do give you some information about panels and different things that they have going on. But the rumor mill of what is going to be released and announcements that are going to make, you don't really know until actually D23 happens. So this episode, as you just noticed, it is just me today. As I mentioned before, with Casey being pregnant, there might be some days where she is not going to be able to jump on the podcast, which is today. So we decided to change it up a little bit and talk about D23 since it's this week, like I said. So we're just going to be talking about some of the rumors, some of the speculations, the things that we actually know from the D23.com website. And kind of go into a little detail about what is D23. So D23, for everyone that wants to know what it is basically the Disney fan club, pretty much is what it is. You can join this club and you can get exclusive information, exclusive perks. There's different parties they do with D23. At Walt Disney World, and then obviously the Expo every year, which the Expo is their Comic-Con. It is their San Diego Comic-Con, pretty much. This is where everyone comes out, the celebrities come out, all the information comes out. You have everybody there. All the execs are there. Unfortunately, Bob Chapek is there. But you have everyone there, and they're announcing everything. So it is a really exciting time for a Disney fan to be a part of D23. Now, D23 this year is completely sold out already, so there's no way to get tickets to it. But one thing that they're going to be doing, which is really nice, is they are going to be doing what is called D23 Expo Live. And it is a complete live stream of all 3 days. So if you want to participate in, the announcements and the panels and everything like that, you could actually do that through the D23 Expo website. And there also is an app as well for D23. So if you want to be a part of the magic and get some of that information, I know I'm going to be tuning into that. I'm going to be inside the parks, but I'm going to be kind of tuning in as well to kind of stay up to date. I got Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, the opening night of the Expo. So I'm going to try to stay in tune as much as I can because I'm interested in hearing some of the information. Now, I don't anticipate a lot of the major announcements to happen to probably Saturday the 10th. I could be totally wrong on that, but based off of future past events, usually the first day is their opening. So if you're really looking for some of the information, there is probably going to be some on that day, but 10th is usually kind of that day. So, but let's kind of dig in a little bit and talk about what to expect, and then also some of the actual events that are going to happen, plus some speculation as well. So, in my opinion, one of the coolest parts of D23 so far, and this is something that a lot of people have been really, really happy about, is presented by Amazon, who actually helped refurbish, is Walt's plane. Walt's plane is going to be on display at D23, which I think is an extremely cool thing. And if you are a Disney fan, especially Walt Disney fan, not just Disney, because I know there's a lot of people out there with their opinions currently with Disney's landscape. But if you're a fan of nostalgic Disney, Walt Disney, the start of it all, to be able to see his plane up close and personal. Now, I remember seeing his plane up close and personal at MGM, or which is now Hollywood Studios. I remember seeing it up close and personal on the backlot tour, and just seeing it from a distance was amazing. So to be able to go to the expo and actually see it up close and personal and completely refurbished to kind of its original glory, because when it was on the backlot tour, it was in the elements. Rain, sunshine, everything. The plane was beat up, and so they completely remodeled it and renovated it back to its complete, kind of its original look. And the cool thing about it is that it actually went from Florida to Anaheim. They broke it down and put it into several pieces and put it on a bunch of truck beds and transported it out all the way over there. And as some people know, if you know the history of it, this plane was known as the Mouse. It was Walt Disney's plane. I mean, everybody and anybody, it was a who's who of who flew on this plane. And this plane was a part of a lot of history with Walt Disney. Everything from traveling from the West Coast to Florida secretly, even after Disneyland. This is the plane that Walt used to fly into on the private runway at Walt Disney World, which is now, it's closed, but it's parallel to the entrance to Magic Kingdom on the other side of the monorail track. It's a really cool thing, and from an aerial view, you can see that. So it's part of a ton of history, and it's cool because it is going to be completely on display as well, which is going to be awesome because it was, I think the last time that this was seen by the public, I believe was like 2014, because that's when the studio backlot tour pretty much left. That's when it finished. So really cool thing to see. So I'm pretty jealous of the people that actually get to get up close and personable with that. So because I really would think it'd be really cool to see that. So, but so let's talk about some of the other things that we're gonna kind of see there. And usually when at D23 they have, when I say star-studded, I mean they bring out everyone. Like this year, they're already announcing Lily Singh, Raven Simone, Tim Allen, Lawrence Fishburne, Brie Larson. So if you're a Marvel fan, especially Miss Marvel, basically you got Brie Larson there, Catherine Zeta-Jones, and a ton more. The night kicks off on the 9th with an actual Legends award show. So they're going to be doing a Legends award show. They're going to be giving awards out to different Disney legends over the years, whether it's animators or actors or whoever it may be. They're going to be giving a bunch of different awards out. And from my knowledge, I don't think they announced who they're going to be doing awards for. I could be wrong, but there's been a ton of, basically tons of different information. And actually, I am completely wrong. So they did announce this year's honorees, which includes Anthony Anderson, Kristen Bell, which is obviously a plus. I mean, Chadwick Boseman, which, rest in peace, Black Panther. I think that's a fantastic one, and almost one I would consider maybe keeping to the end. I think that would be a fantastic one. Patrick Dempsey, Robert Price, Dan Hahn, Josh Gad, if you guys don't know who he is, he plays Olaf, or he's the voice of Olaf. Doris Hardin, Idina Menzel, who is Elsa, and a bunch of others. So they're going to be honoring a bunch of different people and kind of just saying thank you for everything they have done for Disney over the years, whether it's, vocal stuff, movies. So I think that's going to be a really cool thing, and that's going to be something else that you could stream as well. So if that's something you're interested in, you could definitely check it out. Some of my favorite parts of it, though, is the showcases. So throughout the expo, they do a bunch of different showcases for especially video games. So Disney and Pixar game, Marvel games, Lucasfilms, 20th Century games. And it's going to be interesting with the 20th Century games too, because this is really the first big event that Disney has done post-COVID / buying 20th Century Fox. So it's going to be interesting to see some of the stuff that they're going to be showcasing there, including maybe new games that are coming out in the future, or games that are just being released, or games they're even just working on, or thoughts of it, because this is the time that they bring all that stuff out. So check out that. And again, that's something else you could live stream on Friday, September 9th as well. Again, I'm going to try to stay up on top of some of this stuff, but it's going to be hard since I'm going to be inside the parks doing a bunch of stuff as well. So they will have basically a Disney Plus pavilion there too. And September 8th, this Thursday, is Disney Plus Day. So it's kind of a huge kickoff to D23. You got Disney Plus Day on the 8th, and then 9th, 10th, and 11th, you have D23. But Disney Plus will also have its own little pavilion there as well, where they're going to be including special perks for Disney Plus subscribers, photo opportunities, and basically a bunch more. Like I said before, this is kind of their Comic-Con, so you get a lot of different cool things. If you gain access to this event, you get a ton of different perks. You get, swag bags and all these cool things that, that a lot of people wish they can get. So let's talk. One more thing I want to talk about before we kind of get into some of what we think might be announced at D23. I did want to talk about one little area that they're going to be doing, and that is they're going to be doing a From Tron to Disney character voice and more. It's going to be a presentation that they're going to do, which I think is going to be extremely interesting. And one of the things that they're going to do during this is they're going to basically be celebrating all things Marvel's, Star Wars, Pixar, the National Geographic, Disney Animation, and more. Kicking off with the D23 Expo Masquerade, which is going to be Friday, September 9th, from 6 to 7:30, and it's going to be on the premiere stage. And it's going to basically be a Masquerade costume contest that's going to have a bunch of celebrities that are there to kind of judge it as well. So it's going to be a really cool kind of cosplay, costume thing. And some of them get elaborate. In past years, I've seen them before, stuff, things in this nature, and they do get elaborate. So it's a really cool thing to watch, and it's a really neat thing to kind of tune in and just check it out. Another thing that I'm looking forward to is called Magic in the Air, which is 30 years of the Muppet Christmas Carol. Now, I have to say, I did not realize that the Muppet Christmas Carol was 30 years old. If there's not a ton of things that make me feel old, but that makes me feel old right there, because I grew up with the Muppets Christmas Carol. I remember it, and I watch it every year. So it's cool that it's hitting 30, and it's cool that they're honoring it at D23 this year. So they're just going to be kind of doing a huge thing to say thank you and highlight the filmmakers, the Muppets, and they claim there's a bunch of surprises as well. So who knows exactly what they have in store, but I really do think it's cool that they're kind of showcasing that as well. They have a bunch of other stuff too, D23 trivia, conversations with Disney character voices. So you'll be able to kind of meet some of the people that have done different voices, the vice presidents behind the character voices, and kind of just hear some of their stories, how these voices were created, how they adapted, how they evolved. So if you're someone who really is interested in that type of history of Disney, Conversations with Disney Character Voices is going to be a really cool event to tune in on, and that's on Sunday, September 11th, from 6 to 7 p.m. So you can go listen to that. But one of the neat things, and I didn't know this either, but they have something called Back to the Grid, which is going to be Sunday, September 11th at 12 p.m., and it's going to be celebrating 40 years of Tron. Now, this is an interesting timing because Tron at Walt Disney World, it is so close to being done. The landscaping's still getting done, and they're finishing up some rock work, and plus also finishing up the railroad. But Tron is so close to being done. They have tested it. They're using live people now to test it. And they're you can hear sound effects coming from the ride. So it is getting extremely close. So this will be really cool to see this celebration of Tron at this Back to the Grid. And they're going to be basically featuring artwork and footage and photographs from the original movie. Also hear some behind the scenes stories of how this whole thing came to life and the filmmakers. And one of the things they're going to be doing is also diving into the continuous impact of that film, because despite what you think of the original Tron, it is I think the original Tron is one of those movies that you either like or you don't like, maybe a little bit in between. But at the end of the day, the original Tron movie did have a huge impact on sci-fi movies. So it's hard to deny that. So I think it would be really cool to get a look at it. And then also kind of leading into the opening of Tron at Walt Disney World, I think it would be a cool thing for a lot of people that are interested in what this ride is about and maybe hasn't seen the movie to look at, to watch this and tune into it, and then go watch the movies on Disney Plus before the ride even opens, because it will really open your eyes to what this ride has to offer. Speaking of the ride, let's talk about some of our kind of our guesses, our predictions, our rumors, our speculations of what's going to happen. And let's start with Tron, since we just talked about it. And what is the opening time frame for Tron? That's what everyone wants to know. What is the opening time frame for Tron? And I can't wait this Friday at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. I cannot wait to kind of get a good glimpse of Tron. And I'm going to be at the parks early in the day as well. So I'm going to try to get some, good pictures and videos, hopefully from the People Mover, and see how close we are to this. And then hopefully maybe get a glimpse of, people testing it out. That'd be awesome. But when is the time frame? And so that is one of the rumor speculations of hopefully that we're going to get at D23. I will be honest with you, just from what I've seen from Tron, this ride is so close to being opening. I mean, I would predict before the end of the year, in my opinion, and that's just my opinion. Everything they have done. I mean, if they're already testing it with live people, that means it's already passed all the weight tests. And by the weight test, I'm talking about the water weight. They put dummies on there filled with water, and they make sure that the ride can perform with the weight expectations. So if they're already using live riders, that means it passed everything, and now they're just testing it over and over and over again. And usually when they test a roller coaster ride, and I'm not sure the exact number, but I want to say it's a couple hundred, they have to run the ride a couple hundred times to even get remotely, they have to get their pass for that. So that's going to be interesting. Hopefully they'll give us some information at D23 on that as well. And from what I'm understanding, that is going to be, these announcements could possibly be heard on September 11th at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is going to be part of their Disney Parks Experience and Products talk. So this is where they kind of introduce everything, similar to when Apple introduces iPhones, same thing. They're going to get up there and introduce everything. Also, I believe there's going to be an update on the Tiana's Bayou Adventure, which is replacing Splash Mountain. I think what they're looking for is late 2024 is, from what I gathered, is what it's going to be. I'm still hoping this ride is going to be open in January so I can take my daughter on it, because she's not quite tall enough for it. But I'm assuming, I'm thinking in January, she'll be at that 1 inch, she's 1 inch shy. So I'm really hoping to take her on it before they transition it into the Princess and the Frog retheming. But we're hoping to maybe get an update on that, which is speculation. Also, a little bit of update on Journey of Water at Epcot is kind of what we're hoping for. That is really coming together. The rock work is coming together daily, and there's some peaks and stuff like that. But when you kind of come into Epcot on the monorail, you can still get a glimpse of it and really look at, really see that it's coming together, but it's not quite there yet. It's definitely not going to be open for the 40th of Epcot, which is unfortunate, but a lot of people want to know when that's going to open, because it looks like such a really cool area as well. So hopefully that is it. Update on the Play Pavilion, something we're looking forward to. One of the things I had on my list was Phantasmic Return, but Disney just kind of put that out there. That Phantasmic is coming. They put that teaser, so Phantasmic is coming back. I haven't seen an actual date, so maybe they'll talk about that as well. I'm guessing maybe the commercial they put out was a teaser, and maybe they'll announce it at D23. But some of the other stuff is anything going to replace Primeval World? Is what's happening with Little Mermaid at Hollywood Studios? Is it done for? Is there going to be something replacing it? That's something that we are really hoping to get some information on as well. So moving from Disney World, let's move over to Disneyland, and let's talk about some of our speculations and rumors and all of that good stuff. So one of the speculations that kind of some of us are looking at would be, what is the update on Toontown overhauls? Potential opening time frame beyond what has originally been told, which is 2023. So that's something that a lot of people are interested in knowing. And hopefully they will shed a little bit of light on that at this year's D23 as well, along with Downtown Disney construction updates, because Downtown Disney at Disneyland, I don't know why I said it like that, because we obviously don't have it at Disney World anymore, but Downtown Disney construction update, a lot has been going on with that, and a lot of people want to know what is the time frame, what is the timeline of everything being finished, because Disneyland's Downtown Disney has had construction walls up for a long time, tearing things down, building new things up, and I think it's kind of, a lot of people just want to know. They want to know when they could walk through Downtown Disney without seeing construction walls and heavy equipment and all that stuff. And I get it, because I remember when they tore down Disney Quest at Disney World, and they started making way for the failed NBA experience. Seeing those construction walls and hearing the construction constantly, it was just one of those, like, when is it going to end type of things. And I mean, it's a necessity. It has to happen, but when is it going to happen? So hopefully they shed some light on that. Also, where a lot of people are hoping to get more about the Tarzan Treehouse retheming update. So far, Disney's been pretty hush on the Tarzan Treehouse. There hasn't been a lot of information on it. Practically nothing at all, to be honest with you. So it would be nice if maybe Disney would shed some light on that type of stuff. And hopefully they'll do it at D23. Now, one of my favorite attractions at Disney is the People Mover. And the People Mover originally started at Disneyland as Walt's dream. It started as Walt's dream of how the future is going to get around, how people are going to be transported from, city center to the suburbs, and vice versa. And when it started at Disneyland, it really kind of transported people into Walt's vision. And then when People Mover closed at Disneyland, it was, now again, I didn't spend a lot of time at Disneyland. I was a Disney World person, but I know a lot of people that spent a lot of time at Disneyland. And it was one of those things that people have been wanting for a long time to return, because Disneyland has the track system and everything's still there for the People Mover. So there has been some rumors and some talks around that hasn't really said it, but has kind of speculated at a possible announcement of the return of People Mover. And I really hope they do. I think the People Mover is one of those things that needs to return to Disney World, or Disneyland, I mean, because it literally is Walt's original dream. It's his original concept. It started there. So I'm really hoping that they really do bring that back. So Disney Cruise Lines, they have been action-packed. Disney Cruise Line has had so many things happening, especially with Wish. Disney Wish was set sail on July 14th of this year. Now, Disney has pointed in the past that not only Disney Wish wasn't the only ship that was going to be getting built, they've also kind of hinted at more ships. So we're hoping that there's an expected announcement of 2 other ships that that has been kind of hinted at / rumored. Disney kind of, especially after COVID, really wanted to kind of amplify and bring some things up. And from what I understand, I haven't been on it, but I heard Disney Wish is absolutely amazing. It's brilliant. Everyone I've heard talk about it so far has said it's incredible. So I'm going to be trying to get hopefully on that sometime next year. Obviously getting through the season of a new baby, but we're going to hopefully try to get on the Disney Wish because I've heard nothing but fantastic things about it. Some of the international park stuff too is that we're hoping to get an update on Arendelle coming to Disneyland Paris. Also, we're hoping to get, there's a rumored announcement of Tabled Round Ride at Walt Disney World. And if you're not familiar with what the Table Round Ride is, Tangled, I keep saying tabled, Tangled Round Ride was basically is being built at Disneyland Paris or rumored to be being built. And we're really hoping that this is something that is announced at D23 as well. Because now I've been saying this for a long time with Walt Disney World in the Tangled section where just the bathrooms are. I think Tangled needs more attention. I've joked around a lot about I wish Disney would put in some sort of store at Walt Disney World near the Tangled bathrooms that sold frying pans and other things like that. So I think the fact that this could possibly get its own ride at Disney Studios Paris would be a huge thing for any type of Rapunzel or Tangled fans. So that's another thing that we're hoping to possibly get. Also, update on Frozen Land coming to Hong Kong Disney. That's another one that there's really hush-hush. There's been no information on it other than a possible date. Same thing with Fantasyport at Tokyo Sea. Then Zootopia. That was the other one. So Zootopia has been talked about for a long time. This is some information that even came out pre-COVID. So over at Shanghai Disney, and then it kind of went hush. So there really hasn't been any information, no time frame, no nothing yet. So this is something that we're really hoping to get because I think a Zootopia land would be absolutely amazing. The movie is fantastic. I think they could do amazing things with this land, kind of almost in the sense of how they transported you into like Pandora over at Animal Kingdom. I think they could do almost the same thing with Zootopia. They could really transport you into that Zootopia world. So we're really hoping there is going to be some sort of information with that. So we'll see. But yeah, I think that's really it. That is kind of some of the predictions and rumors that have been floating around about D23. Hoping to kind of get a little bit more information about kind of what to possibly expect from D23. So real quick, I just wanted to kind of go into this a little bit just to let you know if you are interested in joining D23. You can go to d23.com and there's a membership section in there. Now, there are a couple cool things that you can do. They do have a free section that you can join up on. You're very limited on what you can get with your free membership. But if you wanted to upgrade and do a gold member exclusive, some of the really cool things that you get from that is you get your annual D23 gold member collector set, which is a Parks Around the World exclusive gift you get. You also get exclusive discount and offers, invitations to special events. And like I said, they do special events at Disneyland, Disney World, all of that. And being a gold member, you get invited to these things. You also get some special treatment and stuff like that if you want to go to the actual D23 Expo. So if you want to, kind of get your tickets to D23 and have a chance to be part of that, that is a gold member exclusive. So you can get exclusive offers to go to that. You also get the D23 magazine, which gives you a bunch of access interviews and stories and information. Oh my God, there's just a lot. There's so much. So there's several different things. You get the general plan, which basically just gives you a newsletter, access to general events and sweepstakes. You can go the gold individual plan, which is one membership for $99 a year. That gives you your gold member card, access to gold member events, access to offers, D23 discounts, the publication, and then everything you get under the free one. But for $129.99 a year, you can get 2 gold memberships. So you're saving a ton of money. You're saving almost $75 on this type of plan. And that gives you basically double of everything. 2 cards, 2 accesses to member events, 2 access to gold offers, and then basically the discounts at D23 Expo and all those type of things. So if you want to become a member, it is something that is definitely worth it, especially if you are a massive Disney fan and you want to kind of be immersed in everything Disney and everything, of that sort. So go check it out. Also, check out the D23 app that you can get off of any of your platforms, Google, Apple, anything like that. So I hope that this was informative for you. I hope that this was some information that kind of helps you understand D23, but also get you excited to see what offerings are coming from D23 as well. So check it out, d23.com. You can check out any of their live streaming on September 9th, 10th, and the 11th. As you can see all the new information and hopefully some answers to these rumors and speculations. Again, I'm going to be at Disney on this Friday, September 9th for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. So if you guys are going to be there for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party on September 9th, or even inside Magic Kingdom that afternoon, let me know. Let's do a meetup. Let's have some fun. Let's try some treats. Let's ride some rides. Let me know. Check us out on social media and all that other stuff. Make sure that you like and subscribe to us as well. This way you can get early access and also get some information as soon as an episode is released. And if you like the podcast and you like what we present to you, please leave us a comment, and we would love to hear from you, and we will definitely respond back. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and as always, we will see you at Disney. Bye-bye.